everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to another shelf review in the Dice Tower. Today we're at shelf 14C. As I said last time I did one of these, shelf 14 has these smaller, not hugely popular games that are on many of the other shelves, but some really, really good stuff on this shelf, and that's worth checking out. So first we have here Paper Tales. Paper Tales is a drafting game that I really recommend. Z really likes it. I wouldn't be surprised if this shows up in his top 100 this year somewhere. But I still think it's also very well done, and I really like the art on it. Gaïa, a tile laying game of some sorts. I don't think I played it, so I can't say much more than that. But the people who played it said it's worth putting in a library, so for now, it's there. Battle Sheep. Now, Battle Sheep is a better version, in my opinion, of Hey, That's My Fish. In Hey, That's My Fish, you have penguins that zoom around and the board gets smaller. In Battle Sheep, you have piles of sheep that move around and conquer each other. Letter Tycoon is a... by the way, Battle Sheep is a very abstract game, but it's fun. Letter Tycoon is it's a word game, but like kind of like Word, maybe a little bit of stock market-y stuff in there, but it's very light and fun. Speaking of stock market, Light Games Exchange is a very, very light stock market game, but I think it's a lot of fun. It's like a party stock market game. Then we have Res Arcana. So Res Arcana is one of the most popular games to come out over the past year. Res Arcana is a card drafting style game well, I don't really even know how to explain it. It's a lot like Race for the Galaxy, but it is, I think it works really well with two, although a lot of people like it with more than two. I'm still on the two-player shelf myself, but it has a couple expansions, which I haven't played, but Z's played them. He really loves the game. I think it's also very well done. Master of Respect. Now, this is the hidden gem on this shelf. Master of Respect is a fantastic game where you have a dojo and you have these different people who you are upgrading and teaching skills to, and you can send them out to do chores for you or send them into a fight, the tournament fight. It's really well done. If you've never played it, you definitely should check it out. Bloodborne, this is the card game. I like this better than the board game of Bloodborne, actually. It's very mean and vicious. I haven't played this one in a long time, though. I don't know if anyone else is playing it either. Then we have Final Hour. This is an Arkham horror-style game that was universally derided. It's in the library because it's an Arkham horror-style game. But if I find another game to take its spot, it probably will happen at some point. Cosmic Factory is a polyomino style game, which is really well done. There's another one that if you've never played it, you should try with some drafting. Whenever you play a card, that card then is handed to your neighbor. So a card that's really good, if you never play it, your neighbor will never get it, but also you'll never play it. So a lot of fun. Dungeon Academy is one of my favorite roll and writes, where you roll a bunch of dice to make a dungeon, and then everyone draws the path through that dungeon as best they can. ShipShape is a game where you're putting a bunch of tiles with holes on top of each other, trying to have the best layout afterwards. It's a really fun, somewhat innovative game. Passtally is from Pandasaurus. This is a very, very, very thinky style game. Really heady type game where you're putting these tiles on top of each other, trying to build paths. There's a lot of these games that build paths. This is one of the best, but also I'd say, well, all right, here we go, preparing for my brain to be squeezed like a sponge. Next to that, we have Wayfinders, which is a kind of a pick-up delivery style-ish game from Pandasaurus. I don't know if this one has the legs to be in the library much longer. VivaJava, the dice game, another great game. This is VivaJava, the dice game, very Yahtzee-ish, but think of Yahtzee, but you get special powers as the game progresses. Like you play and you roll dice, but eventually you get a reroll, maybe 2 rerolls or something else. It's a lot of fun. Then we have Jetpack Joyride. This is from Lucky Duck, based on a very popular app. This uses polyomino tiles as you make a path to go through. It's silly fun. What's not silly fun is the next game, Roam and Roll. Roam and Roll is a roll and write game that shouldn't be a roll and write game because it's fairly complex. But some people like it, and I don't know how long this won't be in the library either because, I don't know, I have to wait and see how often it gets pulled out. I know an expansion either just came out for it or is coming out for it, so who knows? My favorite on this shelf is a tough one. I want to say Res Arcana, although I really like Master of Respect. So I'm going to go against the grain and say Master of Respect, because I think that's such a neat concept of a game, although Res Arcana is also pretty strong. What's your favorite on this shelf? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been taking a look at another shelf in the Dice Tower Library.